The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the L.A. Chargers taking on the Washington Commanders. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first. Well, this defense for the Chargers very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Back to throw, Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Davis now to return it. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 50, here's Herbert. Completes it to Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd down and 6 now. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 30. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Running on first down, Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Herbert off of play action. And that is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the intended receiver on the play. Third down. And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Howell. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and long, here's Howell. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
It's got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Second and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It's Zayvon Collins who got in there to get the sack.
Now that was a bouncer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now third down and very long. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Now drive that started with good field position is facing fourth down.
On fourth down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 6-0 our score after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. And Howe will throw it. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Powell. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And they will take over first and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 35, here's the second down and 6. Gibson again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. Throw left side complete. That's Turner. So no gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Howell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Back to the ground with Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing here, Howell. Inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 34. Now he'll look to throw it. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Samuel going to go in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Open man downfield is Davis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Elijah Higgins. As the first half is winding down, and the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now stands at 13. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. One last shot before the break. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go, but plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds. Action. Herbert on first down now. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Set. 21.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Throwing on second and long. Herbert. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
This is brought in at the 21. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
At the 28-yard line.
Get all the way to the end zone.
2nd and 9. Howell now to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Howell. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Herbert now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 33 yards that time.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Open man, complete downfield to Davis. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Hey, Ray.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Or are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Howell. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Howell. A bullet throw, but incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Tressway now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
I'm going to switch teams.
Oh, wait, you're kidding me.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That's quickly out wide to Davis. Touchdown, L.A. Darius Davis, 32 yards. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Howell from the gun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
59.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Go.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Chargers stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Grant Delpit. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Hey, Ram. Go.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. Zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Hal throwing again after the pick 6. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Hal throwing on first down here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deion Henry. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Crowd right. Let's go.
Herbert. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. With silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run and have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Howell. And he fires one, but incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They're on 41-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
21. Five nine.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And Davis with it left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken at the 23. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Now the Washington offense back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here. Howell throwing for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. To the sideline and incomplete. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you express that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Go. Hey, easy. We'll go orange.
They're They're going to pass here with Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Let's go.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
Baylor Tigers. Hey, go left. Crowd right.
They snap it to Herbert. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
They got his man complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
An injury going to pause the game here, and it looks like it's Terry McLaurin who's in some discomfort. Not sure what happened. Hopefully this is nothing major. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's Howell.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and 6. Throwing here, Howell. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness, there was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Howell looking to throw again.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, let's go. Baylor Tiger. 21.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's not just the offensive linemen and the guys charged with protecting him that take it personally. When the franchise quarterback is dropped on the ground, it runs through the whole organization from the owner all the way down.
It's like every single time he goes down, everyone holds their breath.
Not only do they hold their breath, but they feel the hit as well. They're just trying to think of ways for it not to happen again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Ray. 12. 12. Set.
On 4th down, Herbert. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for L.A., they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.